Hey guys, Namaskar. This is Anil. Today I publish an article regarding on-premise to GCP data ingestion pattern. Okay, in Medium. Right. Before that, I would be happy to share one thing, which is I recently certified all GCP certifications. There are 11 GCP certifications. I have launched all 11 GCP practice practice tests for all your GCP certifications. Maybe you would like to go through them. Okay, all are 5 star, right? I will share the link as well with you. Okay, coming back to this story, which is on-premise to GCP data ingestion pattern. Although there might be n number of pattern, okay, but few of them that I have worked and identified for you, okay, and share with you all guys. One is uh, if your on-premise is publishing some REST endpoint and you can call those endpoint to get the data, that would be one pattern. Your service, maybe you can call your Python or Java service and deploy that into GKE or OpenShift, and that service will use that REST endpoint to get the data. Maybe there might be schedule that will schedule your service to invoke that REST endpoint, okay, and get the data. Once you get the data, there might be two way. You can directly land that data to BigQuery. Also, you can use PubSub and then to BigQuery. Depends upon your business use case and architecture requirement. For example, if you would need event driven architecture for your later future purpose, probably you would like to use PubSub. But if you don't need any don't have any such requirement, you could save a cost and directly load your data to BigQuery. Right? Pattern number 2. Herein your data is might be in MySQL, SQL Server or Oracle. Right? So again, you can get this data using your coded OpenShift or GKE service. Pull the data. You can schedule your service to pull the data and push the data to BigQuery either directly or via PubSub. That will depend upon your business requirement, event driven architecture. Pattern number 3. Now here you don't have data in some databases. Your on-premise database is in within the files. One way of getting these files to your GCP is using storage transfer service. Right? So your storage transfer service can pick these files from on-premise and you can keep these files to into GCS, and from there if you need this data to into BigQuery, you can have multiple kind of ETL pipelines. One might be using Fusion, another might be using data prep, whatever suits to you. All right. So once you decide appropriate tools, you can cleanse, prepare data, and then push the data into BigQuery. Pattern 4. If your data is some SFTP server, or it might be even on third-party APIs, okay. So your SFTP data can be landed into GCS again, and these pipelines again can be the same variety where you can use either data prep or data fusion and can bring your data to BigQuery. Similarly, if your but API can take two routes. One is it can go directly to GCS, or your Fusion can get data from here and process it and load it to BigQuery. Right? I got this diagram from Google. Okay, this is very beautiful diagram. Right? If you see, there are five or mostly four levels of steps for your data analytics pipeline. Okay, first you capture. So how to capture your data? That means you ingest the data. One is using cloud PubSub. Second, it might be using your transfer service. Third, storage transfer service. And fourth is cloud IoT core, depending upon the use case and requirement, and where and how, what is the data format. Right? Once you capture the data, next step is processing data. So for processing data, again you have multiple tools in GCP. One is data flow. Okay, so that support both the way of processing the data, stream as well as batch processing. Right? Another is uh, cloud data proc. If your data is huge data and is in Spark, you can use this one, cloud data prep. Okay, so if you have the person who probably is not much versed with SQL queries on all, okay, but he knows UI best. So data prep has be pretty much visual UI where you can cleanse and transform your data. Okay, now when you get your data cleansed and transformed, next is storage. Where will you store your data? One is cloud storage and second is BigQuery storage. Depends upon your requirement. Cloud storage is cheap and economical, but if you need cheap, economical plus analytics, BigQuery is the location where you will keep your data. Right? And from here you can take n number of usage of this data. Okay, it you have TensorFlow, you have Looker, you have Seed, lot of things. And if you see downside or bottom of this diagram, here is data fusion, here is data catalog, here is data composer, cloud composer. So cloud composer is orchestration where you can orchestrate this complete full life cycle of pipelines. Right? So thank you for your time today and have a great day.